Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Phantom.Strategies. So it's about 7:40 a.m. Eastern here in US. So let's do a Bitcoin morning video review. Bitcoin is trading at 7,000, around 7,000 level right now, 7,029 to be exact. All right. So before we get it started, if you're new to the channel, please make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit those notification and those bell icon so you get this content right away. If these videos are helping you with your trading, with your investing in crypto market, then do give me thumbs up. That really do mean a lot. All right. So that being said, let's get it started. So as I said, Bitcoin is trading around 7,029 right now. So yesterday, if you go back to the video library yesterday morning when I created the video on Bitcoin, you will see that I have mentioned that 7,500 to be the level that we will see some resistance. You can refer back to that video. Yesterday morning I created that video, and what did we see? We saw exactly to the point, 7,500. We found that resistance yesterday, and since then we got a retracement today, pretty much giving back all the gains that we had in Bitcoin yesterday. So if you see this candlestick, we had a huge uptick, about 5% move, or 5 to 6% move yesterday, and today we are giving all of that back. So and I talked about that level of 7,500 in the video. The reason I was saying that, I wanna reiterate that fact that there were triple resistance in that level. All right, the triple resistance. What do I mean by that? So there was a resistance from this moving average. If you see this moving average, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna change this moving average to a little bit. Input. I want to make this a little bit no, that didn't help. Okay, I'm just going to zoom in for right now. I will play around with it later on. So this is the moving average. The blue line that you see, that's the 20-day moving average. I was saying that 7,500 level, it will act as a resistance, plus this trend line that we are seeing, that pink trend line that I drew, which is coming from this 11,700 mark. This one right here is coming from that 11,700 mark, and it will act as a resistance. It was acting as a resistance before, so we will have some resistance when we come to that trend line. And the third point is that the price level support previously now, which will act as a resistance in Bitcoin. So there are a few things that were that were causing that resistance level to be quite solid at 7,500. Now, can we go past the resistance? Absolutely. But as I mentioned in that video, that in order to go past that resistance level, we need to have a strong follow through with a nice volume uptick. All right. And we did not see that. I was expecting that today, but one of the reasons that we are seeing this retracement is not just because of the technicals. All right, you have to, yes, technical do come into the equation, but at the same time you have to look at the broader picture. You cannot just rely completely 100% on technicals. I will be very upfront with you. Technicals are just one part of it. All right, you cannot just just rely on 100% on technicals. You need to analyze the broader picture. You need to consolidate other news, other input, whatever, other analytics, and then you have to make those trades. Because if you just go off the technicals, then more often than not you will you'll come to that point that you'll be scratching your head. It's like, okay, technicals are telling me something, but it did not occur. That's why I'm saying technicals is a very, very good tool. It's an absolute must, but it's not the only thing that you should be relying on. All right, so what I'm trying to say is, if you there's a major news that came out overnight where China is announcing a new tariff on 106 US products, and they basically, like, it's like a tit for tat, that US government is like doing new tariffs on Chinese product, and now the Chinese government is doing the same exact thing to the US product. So it's just tit for tat. Is going to have some short-term market turmoil. It's not, I don't expect this to fall into cryptocurrency unless if we have a much broader sell-off in the global market. What do I mean by the global market? I'm talking about the S&P 500, Nasdaq, Nikkei, Euro, DAX. So I'm talking about those market. This is like these are the stock market around the world. If you see that we have some retracement about 0.39% in S&P. Now people in crypto probably think 1.39, and people in like crypto market, they're like 1.39%. Is that a really retracement? Yes, it is. It's a sizable retracement in S&P 500. All right, it's nothing to be laughed at. So obviously, I have crypto market is like much more dynamic than the stock market. Even for Nasdaq, it's much more like dynamic. So if you see the Nasdaq is retracing about 1.75, so we are seeing a lot of like retracement in the global market, in the stock market. Everything is pretty much in red right now, and is predominantly due to the the fact that China wants to introduce new tariff for the US product that are coming into China. Is pretty much like same thing that US is trying to do. So we'll figure it out. It's just a short-term negative news in the overall global market picture. Now that is also falling onto cryptocurrencies. The reason I'm saying it's falling onto cryptocurrencies is because if there is if something that comes out of this, if something major comes out of this, like, hey, now US comes back and is like, okay, we are gonna block Chinese other products, other Chinese products, or like we're gonna cut the ties with China, and we're gonna send back all their ambassadors or something like that. I'm just making it up right now. I'm just giving you a scenario. All right, so don't freak out. So if something like that comes, there will be huge market sell-off in the global market, and that will impact crypto market as well. All right, so be very mindful about these things. It's not because like there is something wrong fundamentally right now with the crypto market. It's just the global event. If there is a major global event, that will impact cryptocurrency market. All right, so for today, what we need to do, what we need to see is we need to make sure, first of all, we need to make sure we are regaining some of the loss that we have occurred throughout the day or throughout last 24 hours. So we need to regain some of this red that we are sitting in right now. So again, right now Bitcoin 7,000 level. For us to break out, I'm still looking to get over that 7,500. If we can get over 7,500 with a good volume, then you will see that 8,000 level fairly soon. Okay, so let's look at the 4 hour. Okay, so the 4 hours, as you can see, I'm gonna zoom in. It came right at that 7,500 level. That price point, that trend line, all acting as a resistance. So now what we need to see is regain those levels with some volume. That's what we need to see. We need to make sure the buyer comes in and we are staying over the 6,800 level. That's a must. We need to stay over 6,800 in Bitcoin in order to have that next leg up. All right. If the market recovers, if the global market recovers when the trading opens at 9:30 Eastern here in US, in the stock market, and if it like recovers, then I will see that there will be some like strength that will come into the Bitcoin market or into the crypto market. So I will be watching that closely. Watch around that 9:30, 10 a.m. Eastern time. We will, if we have some movement in the global market on the positive side, then that will reflect on the crypto market as well. All right. That's pretty much it, guys. As I said, be skeptical of this market until we are completely out of the woods. All right. We had plenty of fake out before, so I want to reiterate that fact that treat the market like as is right now. Don't get too excited when you see all the greens, and don't get too depressed when you see all the reds. So it works both way. If the market falls down to a lower level, I will be looking to add more position. I won't be selling into that lower level. So as I have said in Litecoin too, like taking some profit off the Litecoin would have been like good strategy. Same like I mean right now we just have to wait. This 24 hours will be critical. All right, so let me just say that this 24 hours today's and next day trading will be critical, because we are sitting at that junction right now where it can break out or like break down. So we need to wait and see how it pans out. All right. So that's pretty much it, guys. I will do some altcoin later today and give you some video reviews on the altcoins. But for just to recap for today on Bitcoin, we need to regain those 7,000. We need to get over that 7,500 level, and for the support, we need to stay over that 6,800 level in Bitcoin. We are still not out of the woods. We are still in this downtrend right now, if you want to call this a downtrend. But we have to get out of it with a big volume. I think the retracement that we are seeing overnight or in last 12 hours is due to the fact that we had some negative news that came out of China, where they're introducing new tariff for US products, and that's impacting the price action in Bitcoin as well. So this is not due to there's a weakness or like fundamental something is wrong. Nothing has changed in last 12 hours in crypto market fundamentally. All right. So it's nothing like there's no fundamental reason behind it. It's just purely based on the news event that came out in last 12 hours from China. All right. So let's wait it out. Let's see how is the price reacting when the S&P and Nasdaq opens up at 9:30 and throughout the day. Okay. I will talk to you soon. Bye.